An eponym is a word derived from a person's name. Think the noble Earl of Sandwich, giving us, well, the sandwich. Or physicist Gabriel Daniel Fahrenheit, which is how we got the name for the temperature measurement. In Super Smash Bros., there's also an eponym that can be tracked to one person. It's Super Smash Bros. Lingo 101. For today's lesson, what is a John? A John is an excuse for a player's loss. Perhaps it was the controller that caused the player to lose, or the fact that they were low on sleep, or maybe the sun was in their eyes. Sometimes you may even encounter pre-Johning, where someone starts preparing their excuses before the game has even begun. But where does this phrase come from? Was there ever really a John who started this all? Is it Jonathan Melee, Canadian hockey player? Well, no, but there really was a John. The origin of this phrase dates back over 2 decades in Crystal City, Texas. Among a group of high school friends and Super Smash Bros. 64 fans was our John. Over time, his friends began to roast him for these excuses, until the phrase came about, no Johns. This small-town group eventually became known as the Crystal City Crew, with the members Caveman, Rob Money, Zulu, and Leprechaun really taking the spotlight in the Super Smash Bros. Melee scene. Many didn't know John, or if there was a John at all, but as this crew rose to prominence, so too did their in-joke. Eventually, scenes in other countries began to find Johns of their own, birthing regional variants such as Sweden's Inga Jonas, Mexico's No Miltons, or Spain's versions. They liked it so much there's 2 of them, No Vayrons or No Joshis, among several others. It's easy to see why people don't like Johns. If there was no pushback against making excuses, it would make pre-Johning every match into an option select. If you John and you lose, well, you just lost because of the excuse you gave. But if you John and you win, you just won despite your disadvantage. But sometimes, the culture of no Johns can be pushed too far. It's not uncommon for players with legitimate reasons outside of their control to lose and feel like they can't openly talk about why. Players shouldn't feel discouraged for talking about legitimate excuses for their performance. At any given tournament, there are many good players playing. Even if any given player only makes excuses on average at 1 out of 30 tournaments, there's usually so many players in attendance that when the maths, we should expect to see a couple players who have legitimate reasons for dropping out at basically every major. So be kind to players when they're honest. Let us know your favorite John in the comments, and like and subscribe to Panda Cup for more Super Smash Bros. Lingo.